So, as we say, this public health service will be new. And it won't be separate from the Department of Health. It will actually be headed by the Secretary of State himself. So, you know, the Secretary of State is very committed to this and will want, and somewhere in here, will want a direct line of sight through that service right out to the people who are actually delivering the leadership at, you know, at the big society level. We now know, of course, from announcements that the Health Protection Agency, as it now stands, won't be an arm's-length body. But that the expertise in that has not gone away. I mean, the sort of thing of it's been abolished. It hasn't been abolished. Health protection is still something we need. And it's now within the civil service. So the expertise is there, and it will be part of the public health service. And directors of public health, they'll be jointly appointed by the Public Health Service, that's acting on behalf of the Secretary of State, and local government, and they'll be employed within local government. And as I say, the Secretary of State wants this direct line of sight. Now, we can explore that in questions, but I just wanted to raise the fact that this is actually committed to now. And I just want to also say that, as well as all these things, the annual public... Sorry, Alan. Attacking you with green here. The annual public health report is going to be a significant player in this. And rightly so, because it's one of the great levers, really, for informing and levering and advocating and accounting, increasingly accounting for what's going on. Now, I think this is the last one. So, we have said about the ring-fenced budget, and elements within that will recognise both performance but also need. Now, we've had this, Alan has raised the issue of inequalities and what that means and where it's going. This will be really one of the incentives for people to make progress on inequality. It won't be the only one. This isn't all about money, which might be actually modest money. But it's important symbolically, and it's important to lay a stake that, you know, need will be recognised. There is some time. This doesn't all have to happen in December. There is some time to do this. But you will know from your own work that, you know, once the whistle has been blown on the NHS white paper, where this was begun to be announced, and the consultations are out on that, and now we'll have the the public health white paper in December, people are beginning to go create. They're going out there. They're beginning to do the business, think about it, talk to people, build relationships. Personally, I think a lot of this will be about relationship building. New relations, consolidating old relations, getting it right so that it works locally, because the Department of Health ain't going to tell people how to work it locally. And we've seen about the outcomes framework. The other thing, and Alan mentioned it, I just want to highlight it, is that there is a strong recognition and acceptance by everybody that the Public Health Service and the NHS will work very closely together. And there is a very interesting discussion, of course, as you will be picking up around GP commissioning. But there is an acceptance that all those elements need to work closely together. There already have been two cabinet subcommittee meetings on health, where again, relationship, getting the relationships there about what are the common dimensions of health that ministers share, but very constructive. And that will become increasingly influential at government level as the white paper is published. And as you may have picked up, there is also legislation being put through this autumn, which will actually enable some of this change to happen, and will also give a signal as to, you know, this actually is, we're going to have to live with this, so we need to make sure we get it as good as possible, because some of this will be in law. So I think that's probably enough to say from me, and I'm happy to take questions later. Thank you.